Welcome back, Dodecadorks. We're the 12-Sided Guys. I'm Matt, and I'm playing as Dirk Wagner.
Yeah, that's right.
We have Sabrina as Nora,
Hey there, folks.
Jordan as Sorik,
I doubt that.
Tana as Echo,
Hey, y'all.
and the Dungeon Master is Scott.
I assure you I know what I'm doing.
And announcing a very special guest for today's episode. You've seen him in basically everything actual play D&D, from Dimension 20 to the upcoming season of Critical Role, where he'll take the DM chair. That's right, join me in welcoming Brennan Lee Mulligan.
What?
Can we?
I don't think we're legally allowed to say that.
Can you hear me, Brennan Lee Mulligan? We see your lips moving, but we can't hear you. Can we get a mic check on Brennan Lee Mulligan, please?
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Sorry, listeners. Let's see.
Is your gain up high enough?
Well, it looks like we can't hear Brennan Lee Mulligan, but he's totally here, I promise.
We're waving to him. You can wave too.
Hey, Scott, I'm really sorry. I know you planned today's entire episode around Brennan Lee Mulligan. And sorry, listeners. I guess you'll have to just make do with stupid old us.
Man.
Sigh. Well, don't forget to rate and review us. Try not to be too harsh, even though we don't have Brennan Lee Mulligan. Also, we have a Discord where you can complain to us about our lack of all the Brennan Lee Mulligan we promised. Anyway, if you remember being promised the most immersive, responsive video game world ever created, but were completely let down 4 hours later when the end credits rolled on a thoroughly mediocre adventure game, then your name might be Chicken Chaser, and this podcast is for you. It's Reaper's Requiem, Episode 3.
You know, I'll die on the hill, but I loved the Fable 2 in particular.
Yes.
I've heard great things about 2. I never played it. I was so thoroughly turned off from 1. And you know what? Longtime listeners have already heard me complain about Fable. I had to say it again. It again.
Yeah.
Dang, Brennan Lee Mulligan and his mic issues.
Can't believe this happened. He's usually so prepared.
I know. He's a consummate professional.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Brennan, if you're actually listening to this. Well, we'd love to have you on. All right. The last time we played, we started out in the cave to the east of the town of Tharndell. The players were doing a little spelunking. They found the body of the looter that had been in and out of some of the houses and stole some shoes and a shirt.
He was not a spider.
He was not a spider, but he was wearing the shoes that were stolen. They found a mysterious note that he had written down. They learned that this cave was part of some ancient structure. And as they started exploring a little bit, some wanted to leave the cave, others wanted to do a little adventuring. And the group decided to go a little deeper and explore this old building inside the cave. It turned out to be some sort of ancient goblin structure. There was facades and carvings around the walls. They fought some animated statues and swords, and there was a puzzle that they ultimately solved at the end. Found a couple of loot things, and then decided to leave the cave and rejoin the rest of the group.
Speaking of loot, Can I really quick just apologize? Tana, I am so sorry. When I was editing the episode, I realized that I totally stole the knife that you found and gave it to Sorik.
Nope, that's great. I think I would not have been the right one to use that. That was perfect.
I regret nothing.
So there was a magical dagger that was found. There was a sealed book that they could not open, and there was also a leather cord that could be affixed to some armor. Those were the 3 magical items. As they left the cave and headed back to meet up with the Duke and the rest of the retinue, the group was discussing what to do with all of the bodies in the town. Should they bury them? Should they stay? Some of the members wanted to stay and bury everybody, and Sharn was urging the party that they needed to get to Rosvane as quickly as possible. They met up with the Duke, and the listeners were introduced to Kirkman for the first time. This is Dirk's employer, and he was shoving a farmer into the group, and the young farmer man said that he saw some people leaving the tavern early in the morning, a dwarf and a human. And that's where we're going to pick up right now. The group is standing outside of the inn, the Hen's Nest, in a town that is entirely too quiet. There's houses everywhere, but there is no movement. The only living things in the vicinity are a few birds flying around and chirping.
I'm so glad you said that, because the ambience I use in this empty town is a bunch of birds.
I know, I love it. I've been yes. So some birds flying about, and then the Duke's retinue. So here we are.
This dwarf and human, which way did they go? Towards that cave, maybe? Over yonder?
So the young man, he's got kind of a light stubble, looks a little sweaty, wearing kind of like a small, almost like a bucket hat made out of like coarse linen. And he kind of looks nervously around the group, and Kirkman kind of gives him a firm nudge again. And he says, they were headed out of town. They were following the road. I didn't go that way. I was going other places.
Could you describe these two individuals for me a little bit?
Yeah, and where were you going? You said you were going other places?
How many legs did they have?
That's a lot of questions.
How many legs did they have?
They were, I think they just had like 4 between the two of them, and like 4 arms between the two of them.
Got it. It's a human centipede. Sork writes this down.
The human had glasses, and like dark hair, and the dwarf, she was like your height, and she points to Dirk when he says that. He says she had like really red hair. I mean, you couldn't miss her in these trees. Like she'll stand out.
Weren't you guys saying that there was other people in the inn that were still in the logbook? Like you could still read their names?
Sork pulls out the torn page of the logbook, and he reads, and he says,
Here we have a Doriad Yintz and a Nondalin Uforli. It says here that they were not in their room in the morning, but they paid for 2 nights. They did not sleep in the bed, left a sketch on the end table, paid for both her room. This is Nondalin, I believe the dwarf then, paid for both her room and Doriad's, would not say where they were from. That's what the innkeeper had noted.
Wait a second. There was a sketch on the end table, like some of those crazy sketches you found with like the kid drawing, maybe? Something similar?
I don't know, but it might be worth checking out.
So wait, okay, so that's the description of them. Where were you going? You said you were going elsewhere.
Oh, you know, places where farmers farm things. And like crops.
I think he has to roll deception on that.
Sork writes down again, Tractor Supply Co. Got it.
So Kirkman kind of nudges him. He says, "All right, out with it, boy." What are you rolling there, Dirk?
Oh, I was just trying to roll an insight. I rolled a 9, so... Yeah, but places where farmers farm things, that makes sense.
He actually rolled pretty well on his deception. You guys are getting vibes, though. Like, he's not being forthcoming about something.
Is he from the town, or is he part of a retinue? Like, do we recognize him?
Oh, he's not part of the retinue. He's definitely from here.
Could I also maybe roll an insight just to see if I pick up anything?
Yeah.
Ooh, a solid 11.
Nice. Nice.
Well, I've never met a more honest person in my life, I think. So
just turnips and potatoes, you know?
I can't believe you're going back to farming after... I mean, I imagine... Hasn't everyone you love kind of gone away? Don't you feel a little concerned?
Yeah, I do, actually. I don't know what I'm gonna do. The Duke kind of looks at everyone and says, "Let's go easy on the young fellow." And he turns to him and he says, "Fold Father Thoriak is at the temple up the hill. I think it would be best for you to meet him there and assist with the burial. We need to take care of the village.
Yeah, it's good optics, I hear.
Isn't just for optics. It's the right thing to do. Now, I don't know that we can all stay, but I will leave as many of the soldiers to assist with this as possible, and they will meet us in Rosvane with all haste. Maybe a day or two after we get there.
Right, well, I'll be wherever you want me, Kirkman.
Kirkman nods his head and he says, well, this is the dwarf, and for the listeners again, because we only got introduced to him briefly last time, he's a dwarfen general, got a big, bushy brown beard with, curls kind of spilling down. He's wearing the red regalia of Ravelune. He nods his head and he says, yes, I believe we'll have Grung stay behind and manage the soldiers, and he'll meet up with us. Dirk, you know Grung. He was the old quartermaster, and he broke his leg recently, and he's been recovering. He's traveling with you all, but he has not been able to do all of his duties as the quartermaster. So that's why you are the quartermaster by accident.
Yes, it was a lucky break. But I'm ching.
Yes. He's heard you say that joke a few times.
It's a good one. I mean, these guys hadn't heard it yet, though.
I'm sure. Sharn speaks up and she says, Duke, I think what you said is most wise. We should hit the road as soon as possible. I fear that any delay will cause problems with the politicking that's happening right now.
I agree with that, my lord.
Can we at least run back to the inn and see if we can find that drawing? I'm curious just to see what that is.
I think Sork would nod at Nora in agreement.
I believe we're just outside the inn, too, so you can just probably pop in really quick.
Yes, you guys are just outside the inn. Sharn and the Duke and everybody else is waiting outside, and they're having a quiet discussion. The farmer is looking nervous, and then he and Sword Tender Blendis start walking up the hill towards the temple together.
Can I call out to him actually before he goes?
Yeah.
To the farmer and just say, farmer, I don't want to pry, but were you alone last night? Was there anything that you might have been doing that kept you here?
Oh, alone? Yeah. I was alone.
This guy seems like the most trustworthy kid I've ever met.
Checks out. I have no problems with that.
Let's give him my social.
I'll do an insight check on that, but I'm not good at that. Nope.
What did you get on your roll?
6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That great. That works for me.
All right, Nora's got to do some insight here, because after all of this, she can't believe y'all are listening to what this kid says. 11, oh my gosh.
All right, so we've all failed our insights against this guy.
Honest as the day is long.
That's right. That is right.
I believe him. What a sad boy.
Yeah.
He must be so scared.
He's clearly been through enough.
I'm just gonna do some other people's. Oh my goodness! So I rolled insight for Sharn just to see what she saw, and she got a 5 as well. So yeah,
we're so worried for this poor kid.
Yeah. I think it's more that you guys mistake his sketchiness for him being kind of broken up about everything that's happening.
Man. The dice are telling their story.
Yeah. So he turns over his shoulder and he says, "Yeah, I was alone in the morning and was running back to my farm when I found the town. So, and that's when I ran into Kirkman over there."
That all checks out.
Well, stay safe, and if you need anything, before you can leave, let us know. I'm sure the priest has you in good order, but still.
And I pray the best at your farm that you don't. Well, let's hope that everything is as it should be when you get there.
Yeah, I hope so too. I just don't know how I'm gonna tend to everything all by myself.
Well, see you later.
Then he turns, and he and Sword Tender Blendus start walking up the hill. You guys are outside the hen's nest. It is much the same as when you left it. Eerily empty and very quiet.
So where did it say their rooms were?
Let me check here. He pulls out the strip of paper again and looks at it. It looks like rooms 2B was the human Doriad, and 1B was Nondalin, the dwarf.
So one of them was in 2B and the other was not 2B.
That checks out.
This guy gets it.
Yeah,
That's so good.
Is it
That
though?
was-
Is it really? Thank you so much, Scott.
All right, yeah, let's go bust up in
You
there.
guys can start exploring, going up the stairs. The door that says 2B is this one here. So why don't you guys make an investigation check as you're poking through this room here?
Sounds good.
Can I help Dirk with this?
Of course. Yeah.
That's a 16 for Dirk.
Nora got a 17.
Okay. So the two of you kind of start poking around, looking through the room. There's not a lot in here. It looks like the bedding is made. It doesn't look like anybody even slept in the bed. You do see that the end table looks like some things were put on it at some point. There's a small cup holder for quills and that sort of thing, but it's put underneath the end table. And as you're glancing around looking at the little cup, you notice under the bed is a small black candle.
Interesting.
Is it witchcrafty?
It definitely looks witchcrafty. It's the wax is completely black, like obsidian. It's got kind of like a little bit of a sheen to it, and the wick on the candle appears unused, like it's never been lit.
What kind of aromas are we talking about?
Which room was this one again?
This was
2B.
Yeah, this room that you guys are in right now.
So I'm reading the note here. It looks like it feels sturdier than it looks even.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like wax, like you maybe you're trying to scratch your nail on it or something, to dig into the wax, and it doesn't leave any sort of indent.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Of course.
That's an 18 for Dirk.
Awesome. So the candle lights with a command word. You don't know what that word is, but you know that it would light up with a specific command word, and it will light up with a black flame. You aren't familiar with this one exactly, but the idea that you get is this is used to read illusory scripts. It will also emit light. You could use it as a candle to see, like an ever-burning candle sort of magical item, but specifically this is to read illusory scripts.
Gotcha. I'll explain that to everybody.
Is there anything there about Bette Midler? I can think of nothing scarier, so as long as there's nothing... Good. Okay.
We need to find these guys. This looks like maybe part of a hidden message, dark ritual potentially. I wonder if we could find the drawing that was left.
Yeah, I think dark ritual seems like quite a jump, but I do think that finding this...
The candle's black, so I'm just assuming black candle, dark ritual, black magic,
You're a suspicious sort.
I don't know. I mean,
I think
okay.
black's used for banishing, isn't it?
Me? Sorry, I studied magic for just a little bit, but it was mostly evocation elementalism stuff, so I didn't really get to the banishing or even rituals. But I did learn this, and I'm going to quickly cast my spell, Introductory Elementalism Study, which is the elementalism spell, but basically it's just the most basic kind of elemental magics that you can cast. Just learn to control the different elements, and I'm going to make it spell out in dust on the floor, boobs.
Beautiful. What great use of your talent.
You see that? It says 80085.
Can you make it do 6969?
Give me 6 seconds and I'll cast it again.
Oh, man.
Truly the peak of arcane power here.
I did an apprenticeship for like 8 months, that's all. Then I decided it wasn't quite for me. But anyway, okay, should we look at the other room, see if we can find that drawing that the logbook said was left behind?
Yeah, which one is not to be?
This one across the hallway here.
Oh, across the hall.
Yeah.
All right, let's bust in there and see what we got.
So we'll keep the investigation checks that you did last time. As you look in these ones, it looks like both of these beds have been made, but there's not as much dust in this room. So someone did stay in here at some point. As you kind of poke through, you don't find any other clues that were left behind. There's nothing in the room of note. Just looks like a room ready to rent out.
Dirk, if the candle can be used to read illusory script, is it possible that a message was left in the rooms and requires the use of the candle?
Completely, yeah.
Could you discern or do you know what the command word might be to activate it?
Well, boobs and 6969 didn't do it, so because we didn't say those words. So I'm fresh out of ideas.
Have you tried password?
You know, I'm wondering.
Brute force this. Like, we're just going to get through it.
My voice is my passport. Verify.
Why don't, as you guys are thinking about this, this is going to be a hard check, but why don't you make a religion check? It's going to be a pretty high difficulty to figure out what the command word might be.
Dirk rolled a 2 for a 6.
Nora rolled a 16.
Sork got a 9.
And Echo got a 10, minus 1, 9.
Nice. Okay, so Nora, you're maybe the most educated in all of the 11-fold. As you're looking at this, you get kind of an eerie vibe. You think that this might be affiliated with the worship of one of the Forsworn. You're not sure which one, but that's the vibe that you get.
I'll let people know that this energy seems to be of the Forsworn, which I'm not a prude. I'm not opposed to the pagan worships of the Forsworn, but it does make me more hesitant to jump in than it would if it was one of the other Elvenfold.
I told you. It was dark magic.
Real quick for the listeners, just background on the 11-fold. The 3 primordials have been gods and goddesses from time immemorial. The Ascendants and the Forsworn are all mortals who achieved godhood at some point in their lives.
The logbook mentioned a drawing, but it's not here in the logbook and it's not in either of these rooms. I wonder if the innkeeper kept it. Would it be in their room?
Down where the maids, housekeepers work?
Yeah, baby. Is there like an office?
Quick, check the towel cart.
You guys poked through earlier in the kitchen and the back rooms and did not find anything before.
All right. Well, maybe we just don't get this rendition, this artist rendition of whatever happened.
I mean, if there's no one else respectfully still alive here, could we just peek our heads in some of the other doors?
Oh,
In the other rooms?
Yeah.
So do we think that these 2 other guests had something to do with what happened here, or are we just want to ask them questions about their experience? Like, what's the plan with these 2?
The body we found in the goblin temple thing had glasses on it, right? It was a guy with dark hair and glasses.
No,
No? Okay.
No.
it was not dark hair and glasses, and did not have scars on his face,
And was not a dwarf. Okay.
and was not a dwarf.
That's even more sus.
I guess we just report our findings to the Duke and see what he wants us to do.
I think that's not a bad idea. As far as the question of are these people related to what happened, here's my sense. We come into a town and everyone in the town while we are here is reaped. And yet here we have two individuals, not part of our retinue, who were not reaped, who paid for rooms, never used them, and left immediately when all of this was transpiring or shortly after it transpired. If you were to ask me, are they involved? My knee-jerk reaction is yes. Do I have any evidence to that point? No.
I think that's a hasty call. Like we were saying down in the caves, maybe they have some sort of gift of premonition or vision. I mean, we came into the town and I don't think we would want to be blamed for this tragedy, even though we happened to be here and survive.
Not blamed, but I mean, maybe they know something? I mean, if at least one of us can remember the reaped.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing in coincidence. You raised the question of searching the other rooms. Honestly, I think why not? The more information we can gather, the better.
Yeah, honestly, I say kick open every door.
Are there stables in the back? Is that what this other building is back here?
There is a stable in the back.
I'll poke around in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Dirk.
Okay. There is a ladder leading up to a loft in the back as well. Why don't you guys make an investigation check as you're poking through the stables?
I'll give you the help action again on this, Dirk.
Sweet.
What's that over there?
That's a 21.
Woo, that's great. As you're poking through, you see there's a pile of hay in the corner of this loft in the barn. And it's very clear that someone has been sleeping here in the loft. As you're kind of poking around through there's like a little pillow there, and you kind of like looking through the hay a little bit, you actually find a small leather pouch. And in the pouch, there is 4 gold and 7 silver. And the bottom of the pouch is filled with a white sand. And there's also a small note. It says, this name is shrouded. Like as you're looking at the note, it's like hard to read at first, but you do make it out eventually. It says, Mawin, thanks for letting me hide out in the loft these last few days. I think things at the farm will blow over now that the soldiers are here with the Duke. I'm gonna sneak out tonight. Thanks for letting me hide out. Left a few gold for you here in this pouch. Sorry about all the bother with the window. I left the last of the dust in the bag for you. Thanks again. J. Edkin.
Is that the name of the farmer kid that we were so trusting of? That was like the most trustworthy person I've ever met?
I can't imagine he would lie to us, but it
No.
does seem to be pointing in that direction. Which is crazy.
What is this white powder? Dirk asks himself as he...
Snort it.
I was gonna. He rubs
Yeah.
some on his teeth. He rubs some on his gums. Yeah.
Eat it, you coward.
You get a little bit of tinglies.
You rub it on...
No, I don't rub it on my gums.
Okay.
No,
we could have had something happen here.
We're gonna have a good time.
I'll take off my glove and touch it with my bare finger to kind of rub it between my fingers and kind of see if I can get a sense of what it might be.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something to see if it's magical or pixie dust or something?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. Whoever's looking at the sand.
All right. That was a 14. Oh, well, Dirk's got it. So
Dirk
that's
got a
fine.
net 20 for a 24.
Nice. So this is a dust of disappearance, and it has 3 charges. So there's 3 amounts left in this bag. It's like a fine sand, like bright white. Looks like whatever rocks were ground into this sand were like marble or something. It's like very, very white. So when you throw it into the air, you and every creature and object in a 10-foot emanation becomes invisible for 2d4 minutes.
This is an item for thieves. This is a tool for thieves. People want to sneak
Strangely
around.
for a very upstanding farmer boy to use.
Right, I know. It's like, I mean, this is cool. Don't get me wrong, but was the note for the innkeeper? I don't know. I couldn't read any of the names on it except for the last name, so I don't know.
It's a great question. Who can know now who it was intended for? Certainly not I. But,
I guess Nora say if it was the innkeeper specific. I guess it was, because it said dear innkeeper, right?
It said Mauen.
Mauen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nora will say, I can confirm, I do believe that was the innkeeper's name. His name is a little fuzzy for me, glaring at Dirk again, but I can remember it.
well, that would make sense then. If this individual was able to hide here in the loft, then certainly that might require the implicit assistance of the innkeeper.
But it also says, the note says that he was going to try to go out tonight, so he wasn't here when the reaping happened.
Or was he using the dust, maybe?
Or was he stealing stuff?
Yeah, it sounded like he must have been up to something here in the town, though.
Right, but things were going to blow over at the farm, and it made it seem like, hey, things are like blowing over. I'm going to go sneak out tonight. So I don't think he was even here when it happened. He may have been protected simply because he wasn't in the town itself. Which is weird, right? Because I always kind of assumed that the reaping was choosing someone, not choosing some location. I guess I always just kind of took comfort in the fact that it was somebody's time, not like they just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know?
Well, we were here, and we're still here.
I was gonna make a joke about being exceptional, but like I don't know. I have no answer.
Well, if you keep rolling like this, then it's pretty exceptional. Do you think it's worth checking out whatever's going on at the farm?
I mean, we could always have more questions for this guy. The guy he just went off to go to the Temple of the Fold, right? So like he's just down the street.
The guy who wrote the note, the farmer boy.
If the guy whoever left this note was that farmer kid we were just talking to and giving a hard time, I was assuming kind of now who that was. He went down to the Temple of the Fold. He was going to help the priest there start taking care of some of the bodies and burials, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're remembering
Sorry,
right.
I was thinking he was going to go back to the farm. Okay, gotcha.
No, yeah,
sorry.
it's just down the road. We could go talk to him about this illicit dust.
What if we go to the farm first?
I guess again, it all comes back to what does the Duke want us to do? Because at this point, like, I'm interested. I'm wondering what's going on, but if he wants to leave, is he taking us with him, or does he want us to stick around and try to find out more information?
That's a good question.
Either way, I think we should at least talk to the boy. Seems like he might not have been entirely truthful with us.
Which is a shame because he seemed so honest.
I'm never wrong about people, and if he's up to something, then that's heartbreaking.
Crazy.
Perhaps we go speak with the Duke.
Before we leave, do any of the windows in the barn look noticeably disturbed? Sorry if I missed that, if you said that earlier.
Not in the barn.
Oh. Do any of the windows that we passed not in the barn look disturbed?
Yeah, with some of your previous investigation checks, there is a window to the back of the storage room. It looks like it has a big crack in it.
Just like my butt.
This crack spiderwebs a little, so maybe not exactly like your butt.
Hey, you don't know.
No, it's dwarf butts, definitely.
I just want to look around in like the grass around it, just see if there's anything that looks off.
Yeah, you start looking around the grass. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary over here.
Okay, good enough for me.
As you guys leave the loft and the small barn, you see the Duke and Sharn and Denny and Kirkman all in the middle of a conversation. And as you're walking up, Kirkman says, 25 minutes, maybe half an hour, we should be able to hit the road. The Duke nods his head and he says, yes, don't like that we won't have all the soldiers with us, but I think we will make do. He looks at the four of you as you're approaching and he says, you should be enough to protect me, right?
Well, I guess that answers the question if you want us to stick around and do some more investigation or not.
Before we leave, though, I do think we need to talk to that farmer boy who just went off to the temple. He had a little bit of illicit substances on him, it seems, which I don't judge. But I think I have a few questions for him.
Dang, Nora, you're so cool.
What do you mean illicit substance?
It seemed like something thieves would use. I'm not super familiar with it.
I'll show the powder. I'll show the powder and explain how it
booger
works.
sugar, my lord. It's
But I think it would definitely be helpful for us to keep a hold on, though. So before, I just don't want you guys to turn it over to the dude.
Then he walks up and he kind of looks into the pouch and he says, "Oh, I've seen something like this before. It's good for hiding in a pinch."
Yep.
yes, but how would a farmer have gotten his hands on something like this, and why?
I don't know.
And he was the only one who survived in this town, and I think we have a few questions for him, and then happy to be off and protect you, my lord.
That's fine. This is the Duke's talking. We have a few things to get ready before we go. We're going to get some horses for all of us, and we should be able to hit the road in about half an hour. So whatever conversations you're going to have, make them quick.
Should we divide and conquer? One go to the farm and one go speak to the farmer, or just go right to the individual?
Kirkmid says, "Not much to look at the farm. That's where we were all sleeping. We took over most of their house and camped out in the middle of their little field. I mean, we're welcome to go poke around, but that's where the soldiers are."
Yeah, it sounds like there was maybe some trouble at the farm in the past, but honestly, it might have just been interpersonal, and then we wouldn't get any answers to any questions anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah, nobody cares about domestic violence the way they should.
What do I say?
Sharn looks at you a little concerned. Was there domestic violence happening?
Well, I'm not sure, but it does seem like the boy was scared to go home.
Ah,
You know how kids can be, am I right? Dora starts kind of crying a little bit. Oh, no! All right,
Okay. Wow, that got dark real fast.
Please, somebody do something.
Echo's just gonna pat her shoulder, but she has to kind of reach up to do it.
I think you do. No, I'm fine. I just think this boy might need some more guidance before he does more booger sugar.
I told you how it's used. It doesn't actually go anywhere near your nose. So I added three things of Dust of Disappearance to my inventory. If we want to divide it up, anybody else could have one of them. I'll just keep one for myself if that's cool.
okay.
I think you could probably hold on to all of them, and then if the time comes, we can bug you for it.
Okay. That's good.
So you guys are going to make your way up to the Temple of the Fold?
Yeah.
Wait, really quick. The direction that the two other guests of the inn left, is that the same general direction we'll be traveling?
Yes. So they were leaving town, so that's kind of east across the river and then south following the road.
Sounds good. Okay. So there's still a chance we could catch up to them on the road, especially if we're getting started in the next half hour, but we'll probably want to make some good time because it's just two of them and they'll not be, hindered by animals and carts and things like that.
All right.
Matt, sorry, I'm still getting my note-taking strategy refined here. Matt, when you talked to the little girl, did she mention a guy with scars on his face?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I mean,
Okay.
Echo wouldn't know that, but...
So you guys make your way to the Temple of the Fold. This is on the far western edge of town, near the Dunelark Forest. This whole area, the Dunelark Forest surrounds the whole town, but you're on the edge of that forest here at the temple. It's a pretty small chapel. It's small in comparison to some of the temples that you guys have been to in other cities. There's a small garden on the north end and a little hut just to the southwest of the temple. A quaint little spot, perfect for a small town. As you guys are approaching, Fold Father Thoriak is embracing and giving a big hug to the young man, the young farmer. And as you're approaching, they pull apart, and you can see that they're both they've both been very emotional. He has been crying, so there's, wet on his cheeks. He's not like sobbing or like crying actively, but he's been very emotional. As you guys approach, he turns to you, Dirk, and he says, "Thank you for sending the Duke up here. It was nice to chat with him. He's going to do what he can to help the town."
He's a good man. I'm sorry, Zorik is better at this thing, but we got some questions for this young man here.
Oh, for Jay? Jay kind of sheepishly looks at you guys and then to the Fold Father.
Jay, have you not been fully honest with us, son?
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I come to the temple, most months. I light the incense like I'm supposed to. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, perhaps you might be able to explain a little bit for us why you were hiding out in the loft at the inn.
Oh. Yeah, I had an arrangement with, I don't remember. I had an arrangement with someone. But I was staying there, and they were helping me, I think.
What needed to blow over? What was going on at home?
Oh. Well, I can't remember. It wasn't safe. It wasn't comfortable. Like I was doing something that didn't make me feel comfortable there. I don't know.
I should explain. The reason why we're asking is because some of us obviously survived whatever just happened, and we found what you left for. We couldn't tell who it was left for, but there was some dust to make you hard to find.
Yeah.
We were just wondering why you would need that, what you would use it for, and if you were being honest about your relationship here to this town, or were you maybe participating in some more illicit activities?
I think you got it like all wrong. I'm gonna say as much as, and he kind of looks at the Fold Father and he says, I'll clear this up. And he kind of walks towards you guys. I'll tell you as much as I can remember. Like everything is like foggy, so I don't remember all the details. But I'll tell you as much as I can remember. I needed to be able to get out of the farm without them seeing me. I can't remember anyone there anymore. I just didn't want them to see me leaving. And then, like, where I was going, I think I wasn't supposed to be there either. But I was trying to see someone. But I don't remember who it was.
And one last question, Jay. Where were you specifically when this reaping happened? Were you like in the... You must have left the loft at least because you wrote the note.
Yeah. I had like a meeting spot with whoever it was that I would meet with, like out of the town. But nobody showed up last night, so we were gonna run away. I had plans to run away, but whoever my plans were with just didn't show up. He rolled a 17. He's not like breaking down. He's like holding himself in a little bit, like he can talk, but he's really struggling.
Nora will sort of pat him on the back and say, there. Like it's a lot to take in. We really appreciate you being honest, Jay. Thank you.
I'm just gonna help Fold Father Thoriak, and I don't think I can stay here anymore. I'm just gonna go.
There will be a contingent of soldiers to help with the burial that's left behind. Feel free to come along with them as well, if you want company on the road. or find your own way. But the Duke is kind. He is, from everything I can tell, he is sincere.
Okay, well, maybe I'll travel with the soldiers and go to the next town over or something. Yeah.
Now, Dirk doesn't have any memories beyond just feeling comfort that night the reaping happened, but Matt remembers some of the things that people remembered from the night before as well. So I'm thinking Jay was one of the participants in somebody's memory.
Mm-hmm.
Was it mine? Maybe the girl who was crying?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
Is that his girlfriend? You're supposed to meet him? Well, he wouldn't know, so I'm not going to ask him because that would just stir up more heartbreak.
As you guys are standing there, Foldfather Thoriak approaches. He says, "My granddaughter, Zenith, here, found something that belonged to the man that stayed here last week."
with the scars on his face.
Yes, the scars on his face. I don't have need of it, and it was strange. I don't know where she found it, other than just in the gardens where he was sleeping. I hope this might help you and the Duke in figuring out what transpired here.
Wait, okay, sorry. He was sleeping in the gardens?
Yes, he was sleeping in the gardens.
We think that he may have actually had a room at the inn, which is interesting. But anyway.
The scarred man?
Is that what did he have glasses? Dark hair?
No.
There's too many people to keep track of when you can't remember names.
Yeah, I
curse this reaping and no memories of anything that's happened.
No, he.
But these are people you should be able to remember because they're still alive.
I know, but it's also confusing because I just don't know what's going on, and I have no special insights into anything.
Just a confused little bean.
Yeah.
So he hands over a thread with a series of knots in it. It's a pretty long thread. Like it might have been a necklace at some point. It's faded. It's like about the length of a shoelace. There's like knots all over, like tight knots and loose knots, and then some spaces around. Looks like something like a child might fidget with, of like a nervous habit. The Foldfather hands it over to you guys, and he says, "It struck me as more deliberate as I examined it. Perhaps the Duke might have better people that could figure this out than me."
Better people? Okay. Than you, sure.
There are definitely cultures that use knot tying as, a form of like writing and communication, so it could have significant value, or at least data.
Sork rolled a 24 for insight on the knotted thread.
Awesome. So as you start looking at this knotted thread, the knots are spaced deliberately, and you notice a pattern. Small and tight, and then simple overhand knots. Then there's larger and more complex knots, like a figure eight, and it's like an unmistakable like bulk, like much bigger than the smaller knots. So this cord must have been much longer at some point. Then there's like slip knots in there, and like thumb knots. And the thumb knots you think might be like spacers. Twice along the thread, the pattern is interrupted by a wide looped noose. And then there is the series of knots is written out. Figure eight, overhand, 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 noose knot, figure eight, figure eight, figure eight, figure eight, and so on. There's a pattern.
Could this be some sort of code?
It definitely could be.
There's definitely a pattern here, and these spaces perhaps are the spacing between the words. Where was this found again?
The Foldfather looks to Zenith behind him, and she kind of points. She says, "It was on a bush in the garden, like hanging on by one of the branches."
And you hadn't seen this before?
No, this wasn't anything that was there before. Those don't grow on trees.
You're right.
Hey, you're so wise.
Did it look like somebody had like put it there for somebody to find, like you? Or did it look like maybe it fell out of somebody's pocket? Do you have any idea?
I did like watch him because he was really weird looking, but like not like weird like scary, but like he had a lot of scars, and that was like, I don't see people that look like that a lot. So I don't know if he left it for me. I don't think he left it for me, but he put it there.
Okay, so it was deliberate. Yeah, leaving a message of some kind. Listeners, these handouts often will have like a note to make a religion check or make an insight check. I did make a religion check, and I only rolled an 8.
No additional information learned. If anybody else would like to make a religion check.
Oh, yeah, Nora will definitely make a religion check. Let's see here.
Echo knows her limits.
No, we need Echo to make a religion check.
Oh no.
Do it.
Nora
Okay.
got a 10, so sorry, guys.
Oh man.
Never seen this before.
Oh, okay. Echo actually rolled a 19 minus 1, 18.
Nice. Okay.
Let's go.
So wise.
As you look at the thread, it's pretty familiar. The color of the string is like a light green, and it looks like the string from like a prayer bead necklace that a priest or a priestess of Celira would wear.
I'll relate that. This green color I think it's Celira's color, right?
Can somebody remind me which one Celira is?
Celira, scale of roses, justice, oath, rulership.
Oh yeah, the blindfolded scale entwined with ivy, right? That's the symbol, right?
Mm-hmm. The ivy-bound judge is one of her epithets.
So this is like law and vows and judgment. So this is interesting. I wonder if it was purposely made from this cord, or if it just used what he had on hand to make the code.
Well, maybe we can find him when we're off with the Duke.
Yeah.
They can't have gotten that far ahead of us.
Oh, he left about a week ago. He hasn't been in the town.
Oh, that's
for
right. It's a
some
different
time.
man. It's not that
Okay.
guy.
So the guy with scars from a week ago, and then there's the dude with the black hair and glasses, and the dwarf with red hair. There's 3 people.
Yeah, sorry. I conflated them again.
No, I know. I did too. A guy came up and was like, oh yeah, scar guy with glasses and dark hair. Like, I totally combined them together in my mind because of all the muddling that's happening, because of all the forgetting of people. It just happens, you know. We all forget.
Yes.
Specifically the 3 people who didn't get banished in a town that all got banished, right?
Awesome. Anything else you guys want to do while you're here?
As we head back, though, I will say, hey Nora,
Yeah, Dirk. How can I help you?
can we, like, when we're on the road, can we talk a little bit?
I would love to help. Or to chat. To do whatever I can to help while you chat.
Okay.
Nora's very excited. She has an idea of what Dirk might be telling her.
I love it.
She's just got a hunch. She wasn't very sure about Jay, but like she had a little bit more of a hunch about Dirk.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys meet back up with the Duke at the Hen's Nest. Horses ready to go, mounts loaded up, provisions on a pack horse. Not John. John is going to stay with the wagon and the soldiers.
Yeah,
And-
John was a mule anyway. He was
yeah.
John Mule Aney.
You're kidding me.
Ow.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Now that he's not here anymore, I just had to reveal his full name. So.
Oh yeah, well he'll come back. Don't worry.
Oh,
John
okay.
Mulaney will be back. So the group that's heading out is the 4 of you, Sharn, Kirkman, Denny, and Fulbert. And there's 1 extra horse that is packed up with some supplies and gear. And as you guys are loading up, the Duke kind of pulls Echo. He pulls you aside, and everybody's kind of getting on their horses, checking all their things, making sure they've got all of their tools and any sort of supplies that they need. And the Duke, he kind of rides his horse up to you, and he says, I need to enlist your service. We can make this official if you'd like, or you can just assist while you're traveling to Rosvane with me. Regardless, I would like to pay you for any services rendered while we're traveling together.
What's the going rate?
He looks at Sorik and Dirk, and he says, well, they earn different wages for their skill sets. And then he looks at Nora and he says, she is a guest in the retinue, so we're taking care of all of her needs. I believe I can pay you the same wage that I give Dirk.
All right, that's fair. I mean, I was gonna go along anyway, so figure I may as well make some money while I'm doing it.
Perfect.
You never tell somebody offering you money that you do it for free.
Yeah, that was not great negotiating, but that's okay. We'll work on it.
We made the deal first.
That's right. I appreciate that. Now, I will do my best to keep you safe. We shouldn't encounter too much trouble on the roads, but I appreciate your willingness to help out with everything that's happened here in the town.
Of course, my lord. And she bows. She's being
No.
she's being a little cheeky, but hopefully he doesn't catch on.
Okay. Let's see. We'll have him make a little roll.
I can do a deception.
Okay.
Not really deceiving. Oh no. Echo got a nat 1.
Nice. The Duke Grand got a 19, and he kind of chuckles and he says, "All right. I can appreciate that." Where are you from?
The outskirts of the town's so small you probably haven't even heard of it.
I've commissioned a map or two of the duchy. Are you from Ravelune?
No, further north. There's a space further north that is no man's land, basically, right?
Yeah. There's another no man's land to the west side of Ravelune as well. There's a big desert, and nobody goes there, nobody lives there. So you guys all start heading out. The travel to Rosvane from where you guys are at now, the Graithwain River flows down from the mountains near Calduvan, and then it cuts to the east, right when it borders Velmirith and Senvara. So it runs north-south, and then it cuts to the east, and then it cuts south again once it's past Rosvane. So you guys are right about the spot where it's going to cut to the east, and there's a bridge coming up called the Graithwain Crossing. It's about a day's ride away. So you guys are leaving late morning. This is the 6th day of travel from Calduvan. You guys will get to the bridge, to the Graithwain Crossing, in one more day of travel. So while you guys are on the road, if there's any conversations that you guys would like to have with each other, let's do those now. But there are some conversations that some of your companions will want to have with you guys.
I'd like to talk with Nora.
Yeah, yes, Dirk. Please, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I just wanted to say that I think it's courageous to talk about your memories. I went to school with this kid who he said he had the same ability, and it kind of didn't go well for him. People thought he was sometimes cursed, or maybe he was the cause of things because he said he could remember the forgotten. And I just wanted to say that I think it's pretty courageous that you're willing to stand up for something you feel strongly about.
Well, thank you, Dirk. I certainly don't think this is a curse. I think this is a gift that some of us have been given. What I wouldn't give to meet your friend. I'm sure he's a very interesting fellow. Probably brave and handsome, too.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll meet him eventually. No, listen. It's me. It didn't go well for me. No, I'm not dumb. I know you always had this suspicion. Sometimes I'm not very good at keeping things to myself, but when I was really little, everyone forgot my mother, but me, and it was a horrible several weeks before they decided what to do with me and sent me someplace where they'd actually care for me. And then more recently, I was honest with a group of people that I thought I could trust. once my biggest ally, my actual friend in that group, was no longer there, I was also again kind of left to my own because they were afraid. It's strange to hear you be so cavalier about it.
Oh, Dirk, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's a hard life.
It wasn't all hard. Like, I had a good time at school, and I was in a mercenary company, and we were called,
The really brave boys, I've heard of you.
we were called Corsa's Lilies, and everybody forgot Colonel Corsa, and we all kind of disbanded, but I had a friend there.
Well, maybe someday you could tell me about Colonel Corsa. I would love to record his memory.
Oh, I don't know much about Colonel Corsa. He's kind of the boss man, but
Oh, he wasn't your BFF?
there was a woman named Ursula. She was a woman at arms. She kind of helped me figure things out, what I wanted to do with my life.
Oh,
And
that poor unfortunate soul.
We've all been there.
well, it is. It's really poor and unfortunate because, as far as I know, I'm the only one who can remember her.
Well, I'm very sorry.
Anyway, I did want to say, though, that I don't really have strong memories from the hen's nest, but I do remember a sense of anxiety and then calm, and I remember feeling something over my eyes, like a calming hand over my eyes. And that's new. That's not something that I've remembered in the past.
Nora will definitely be jotting this down in a little notebook, and will say, "Thank you, thank you for telling me, Dirk." And I won't share your secret specifically, but I do think that you should know this is a gift, and with it, you can do some good. I'm not sure what good we can do, but I feel very confident that this is a blessing, not a curse. Although I'm not diminishing what you went through. That seems terrible.
Well, the reason why I'm even telling you this is because you seem so confident that it can be that I want to believe you. So.
Well, I appreciate the faith. That's the first step.
Any other conversations that you guys want to have?
I'm okay.
You know, the only thing I could think of is I would maybe want to talk with Denny. Did he come with us on this?
Yes, Denny is with you. So why don't we all roll initiative? I've got a conversation that is going to happen with each of you, and we'll just do it in order of initiative.
I will say, though, to echo, welcome to the Army. Like, as a, superior officer and more of a veteran here, I can really show you the ropes. Surprised the Duke said he was going to pay you as much as me since I'm the quartermaster. But anyway,
But I mean, maybe if you're my boss, what skill set does the Duke think that I'm bringing to this group? What am I doing for y'all?
I mean, you're stabbing spiders. That's part of it, right?
Okay, yeah, I can keep squishing spiders. That's fine.
Yeah, you found that knife that I gave to Sorik accidentally because for some reason I thought he was the one who found it. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the Army.
Thanks, boss.
I'm not. I mean, okay, yeah, that's probably right.
All right. So what did you guys get for your initiative?
Nora got a 20.
Sork got a 13.
Echo got a 12.
And Dirk got a 5.
All right. So we will start with Nora, then we'll go to Sorik, then Echo, and Dirk. Nora, as you guys are riding, this is maybe after lunch on that first day, so you've been riding a couple hours at this point. Sword Tender Blendus pulls his horse towards you, and he looks at you. He's got kind of a concerned look on his face, and he pauses for a moment, trying to find the right words. Then he finally says, "So, are you trying to get into the service of the Duke? Or was there something else that you were trying to do?
Oh no, sir. I'm here on a mission. I'm here to meet my fellow clergy member. I don't know if you know, but I have a blessed ability to remember the dead.
Really?
The reaped, yes. So I'm on a special task for Mirren specifically.
Oh, that's a relief. Sorry, if I may be candid, the Duchy of Ravelune has long had an advisor from the followers of Calith, the right hand of the Duke or the Duchess that's led the Duchy. And I was worried that another temple or chapel was trying to make a move and try to get some more political influence on the Duchy. I didn't want to have to play nice with anyone.
Oh, well, I hope we can play nice anyway.
Well, I assure you that we can. Now that I know that your motives don't go counter to what mine are.
And what are your motives specifically? Just for clarity.
For clarity, nothing that has to do with much here in Rosvane. It's more the running of the city, Kalduvin, and some of the benefits that our temple gets with being closely affiliated with the Duke.
Yes, that, I imagine, is some good kickbacks.
Perhaps you're misunderstanding. I don't mean that we have any undue influence on the city, but our word is usually highly regarded, and I didn't want that to be at stake or change.
Well, I assure you the worth of your word has not changed in any aspect.
Perfect. Well, I feel a bit silly that I had been thinking about this since we've been traveling together, so I wish you well in your journey to Rosvane, and if you ever need anything, I'm happy to help.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Nora busting his balls. He's just flirting.
He's in the black book. I don't trust him. He was suspect.
Awesome.
Why are you worried about another advisor on the team, dude? What's wrong with another voice? Why are you hate women so much?
Too funny. All right, Sorik. As you guys are riding, this is maybe getting a little bit closer to dinner time. Denny approaches you. He rides his horse up to you, and he kind of motions. He says, "Let's fall back a little and have a quiet conversation." And as you guys get just behind the rest of the group, out of earshot, he fishes out a letter from his pocket, and he says, "The Duke received this before we left Kalduvin." It says it's from Vyessa Morant, Duchess of Senvara.
Sork takes it in his hand and says, "Well, let's see what it says."
It says, "To His Grace Duke Durzel Grend, I trust this letter finds you in strength, though I know the weight of recent days burdens us all. The future of Narvethis weighs heavily on my mind. Before the funerary rites are held and the petaled throne cast into further uncertainty, I'd ask a private audience. The matters I wish to discuss are not suited for couriers' ears, nor should they be spoken of amidst the mourning crowd. When you arrive in Rosvane, send word to my steward. He will arrange a private meeting for us. I ask you to come with only a single attendant. I will do the same. It is urgent that we meet before the funeral. Travel to Rosvane in all haste. With respect, Vyessa Morant, Duchess of Senvara."
What's your read on this, Denny? I don't much trust anyone right now, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I think worst case scenario, we'll have a civil war on our hands. I don't think Duke Grend is eager to take the throne himself. So my read on it is both Senvara and Velmirith are going to be allying themselves with our duchy, trying to get our soldiers to fight for them to take the throne. I would anticipate a similar conversation. Maybe it doesn't come in a letter, but I would assume Duke Varnmore will send an attendant and try to meet with Duke Brend before the funeral as well. I just worry that either one of them is making a play before we get there. You and I have our work cut out for us.
It would appear that way. With Morent wanting a private audience, do we suspect that there could be any sort of attempt on the Duke?
I doubt it. The Duke can handle himself in most situations. If it gets violent, I doubt that anyone would be able to take him in a single combat. I don't think, given what I assume they need, I don't think their intention is to kill him. I think it is to sway him to their side. But you know how it goes. There's not going to be one attendant each. It's going to be one visible attendant each.
Yeah.
Thank gosh we have some dust powder.
Yeah.
As long as the meeting doesn't go any longer than 1d4 minutes or whatever it was.
If it's more than 3 minutes, then we're screwed. Well, I'd like to know who she intends to bring with her. If there's any way we can ascertain that information in advance of the meeting, that would be helpful. And do you have a network in place that we can start to activate as we draw closer to the city?
Of course, yes. We have some eyes and ears in the city that we can lean on. They're less savory and more inclined to follow the coin. So I hope that nothing has changed since the last time I was there. As far as who could join her, I could see her son Rennick being her attendant, or her general. Delm is her last name. I can't recall the woman's first name. She does have a close friend.
Well, what could you tell me of her son if he were to attend? What is he like?
Rennick is a young man. He's maybe early 20s, eager to take the throne of Senvara when his mother passes. So I think that he would be in attendance to try to sway things. But if I were in the Duchess's shoes, I wouldn't have him there. He's a bit impulsive, and I don't think Duke Brend likes the young man very much. So I think it could be an advisor, someone like their religious advisor or her husband, who was an advisor to her father. It could be anyone that she brings.
Interesting. Okay. Well, depending on who she brings, that may actually inform us to some extent of what their overall intentions are. If she brings a general with her, then she is anticipating battle of some sort, or at worst is trying to make a show of force to Duke Brend himself, perhaps trying to demonstrate their willingness to move things in a military pathway. If she takes a different individual, an advisor or somebody else, maybe there's more longevity to a potential alignment of the two sides, but we'll have to see what kind of information we can gather. I hate power vacuums, Denny, and we're heading right into the middle of one.
I agree.
We need to be on the highest guard that we can be.
We are of the same mind on this. There's a lot that we have to do when we get there. So let's coordinate and do what we can to find out what movements both of them are making. Both Duchess Morent and Duke Varnmore.
Can I confide in you something?
Of course.
It's somewhat unrelated to what we're about to face in Rosvane, and yet, perhaps not. The events that we just experienced in Tharndell, it's troubling me. I've never heard of a reaping on that magnitude, and the fact that it would occur while we were there, while the Duke was there, strikes me as unfortunate.
Yes, I fear rumors might spread. I don't know what that might be, but I think the Duke doing what he can to take care of the people, I think that will send the right message. But when we get to the city, we'll do some digging. Keep our ears to the ground.
Well, and I think, exactly to your point, I think if we can help that story gain a little bit of traction, of the Duke's goodness in tending to the poor survivors of Thorndale, that would probably move in his favor. But what troubles me perhaps even more is that if somebody has the ability to weaponize reaping in any way, shape, or form, what does that say about the lately departed Royal Highness? What does that say about us?
You think this was weaponized? Do you think someone did this to Thorndale?
I don't believe in coincidence. To have a reaping of that magnitude while the Duke is there seems far too coincidental.
It's troubling. I don't even know where to begin an investigation into something like that.
Me neither. We'll do what we can. If you learn of anything, feel free to share it with me. I'll do likewise. I think we're going to have to be at our peak, if you will.
Yes. Of course. Well, let's get to it then.
Dude, the sexual tension between you two.
I can't help it with Jordan. I don't know why.
It's just oozing over here. Just
kiss already.
So the two of you guys have, more of a conversation, and you start laying plans on some of the things that you'll do when you get to the city. Now let's go to Echo. This is actually when you guys have stopped. You guys have made camp, working on getting, bedrolls set out, some tents set up. Sharn, she pulls you aside and she
Dang
says,
it, I was hoping Sharn wanted to talk to me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sharn pulls you aside and she says, let's collect some wood for a fire together.
Okay.
You're not like leaving sight distance from the camp. You're just kind of like just off the way, looking for sticks and logs, things that you guys can use for a fire. And she says, the Duke told me that you're part of the retinue now. Welcome to the team.
Well, thanks. Y'all have been so welcoming.
I must admit, I put in a good word after our spelunking adventure. I thought it only right that you be paid for your service.
A girl's girl, thank you so much.
Of course. We need to watch out for each other,
Oh, of course.
So, with that being said, I do want to know a few things about you. Just
What do you know about Dirk? Right? Is that what she's going to say?
I have an inkling to trust you, but I would know a few more things about you. Where are you from, exactly?
Recently from all over, but further back, up north in the no man's land.
Okay. And why come to Rosvane? And why tag along with the retinue of the Duke?
I've got reason to be interested in the reaping, and I figure folks with resources find answers, and the retinue seemed like as good a place as any to start tagging along and doing what investigation I could.
So it's the reapings that you're interested in?
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's sad. My parents, they told me stories of their childhood when the reapings didn't happen. And I can't even imagine a world where my grandparents lived where there was no such thing as reapings. I can see the pull to try to want to figure them out. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah, but I mean, the Duke seems like a upstanding fella, so I'm happy to be in his employ. And she salutes again, just kind of.
Not to me. No, I am not a soldier. I've never been a soldier, and I have zero desire to be a soldier. So when it's just us ladies, you can be very informal.
Respectfully, what all do you do for the Duke?
I'm at his shoulder or his elbow as needed. He's very... She kind of makes sure that you're way out of earshot. She says, he's very trusting and guileless, which is one of the reasons I really appreciate him as a ruler. That being said, he needs someone who can read the room better than he can. And my family has had some status in Calduvan for many generations. So we already had a relationship with the previous Duke. So when he stepped in and took over the country, make an insight check.
Oh, okay. Okay, got a 15 plus 1, 16.
Got it. Awesome. You sense a little frustration in her voice when she's saying this. She says, when he took over for the previous Duke, as you may not know since you're not from here, the previous Duke did not have an heir, and Duke Grend was his personal bodyguard. There were many other people that could have filled the role, maybe with more experience and more understanding of how to run a duchy, but ultimately he was chosen, and I was assigned to become close to him. I think my parents were hoping for something romantic, but that was not in the cards for me.
Oh, well, Dirk will be happy to hear that.
Dirk? Oh, Dirk. Dirk?
Oh, no!
I didn't know he was interested.
That was so sad.
I will be sure to be gentle with his little dwarven heart.
Oh, man. Ouch.
That's brutal.
Way to be like a good wingman now.
I set it up.
Try
That's
your
right.
best,
That's
you know?
Yeah, maybe, maybe be gentle with
Of course,
him.
of course. No, I would never be callous unintentionally. Intentionally? I think that's what I meant to say.
Has it been hard? I mean, it seems like somebody with maybe a little bit more political acumen might have been an easier charge for you.
I think you're reading me better than I had hoped. Yes, he didn't know much about running a nation or a duchy, and I have had to help him learn things that he should have known even stepping into the role. But all things considered, I think of the three, the dukes and duchess that make up Naravethis, he is the most honorable, so I can understand why he was chosen.
Are you worried about what we're walking into once we get to the capital?
I believe that is the understatement of everything that I've been thinking. Yes, I believe we're walking straight into a civil war, or at the least a brutal confrontation that may break out while we're in the city. And now the Duke has left all of the soldiers behind in Tharndell. So yes, I am nervous, but I think he made the right choice.
Yeah, for the people anyway.
That's the type of man he is. It's infuriating, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, all things considered, it seems like not the worst person that you could be working for.
Yes. So, consider this your background check, and you've passed. So, if you ever need anything, please reach out. I don't believe you're officially part of the army or have an official post, but you'll get some coin for traveling with us.
Yeah, if you want to find out maybe what my... Are you HR? Are you, like...
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I got some complaints already, you know? That jerk guy's making me feel real uncomfortable.
No, no. Do you need money? Are you hurting for money?
Oh no, I was just wondering if what my job title might be. But it's fine. It's the details we can work out later. I'm new to this whole having a job thing, so
Just protect the Duke. Do what you can to keep him alive.
heard, Chef.
All right. Well, I think this is enough sticks for now. Hopefully we can build a fire.
I love fire.
All right.
Before we get to me, can I quickly just retcon one thing?
Sure.
Sorry, just can we say that the money that was left with that satchel of the dust that we
Mhm.
gave it to Jay, like give him back the money that he was paying to stay there?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Awesome. Dirk. It's later at night. Maybe during the first watch, or the first watch is about to start. Everybody's eaten. People are kind of getting settled. The Duke is reading a book, sitting outside his tent. Everybody's kind of doing their thing. Kirkman pulls you aside and he says, "All right, Dirk. I think we should do the first watch together, and then I'll go and assign the others for their later watches."
That sounds good. Yeah.
I would like to spar with you.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Wiener sparring.
We
can play swords. Sure.
Yes, let's play swords. Says, I don't have a sword though. You'll have to forgive me.
What do you want to borrow one of mine, or do you have a? What do you like to use? Like, what's your weapon of choice?
Oh, I have this warhammer. It's served me well.
You want to do hammers? Because I got this this steel sledge here.
Yes, let's duel with hammers.
Okay, yeah.
I get a better sense for who a person is when you fight them.
And you bang it out.
Right.
Well, I did train with the I can't remember their name, but they were the something lilies. It was a mercenary company, so it'll be interesting to see kind of your school of combat versus mine.
Of course. Well, I hear you did an excellent job of keeping Sharn safe in the caves. She made mention of how brave you were down there.
Wait, she did? What else did she say about me?
I think it was more general about everyone, but she did mention that you were...
Sorry, that came across really giddy. I'm totally cool. So if she asks, I'm totally cool.
I get it. She's very attractive, but she's a noble woman. So I think she's out of your league and my league. And he kind of looks around and he says, I think everyone's league here.
That's pretty classist of you, but sure, I'll give it to you.
Sorry, I swung and missed as well.
Oh, I mean, well, I still got a shot. I think maybe. Look, she. Anyway, we don't need to talk about this. We're sparring.
Sure, of course. Let's.
Now we're having boy talk.
That's right. Let's see your best shot.
Okay. I definitely don't want to hurt my boss.
Oh, do a non-lethal. You're just sparring.
Okay. First strike is only a 12 to hit.
A 12 will miss. He kind of blocks it with his warhammer and knocks it aside, and he says, "Put some real oomph in it. You can do better than that."
Okay, right, okay, all right. Do you want me to just go again, or is he going to swing back?
You can keep going.
That's a 12.
Oh no,
Another 12.
Okay, he kind of lets this one hit him like right in the breastplate on his chest, and you like this loud clang, and he says, all right, you've got some strength behind that. He says, how about this? And he makes an attack.
Okay.
You've maybe seen him fight or seen him spar with other people, and you know that he can attack multiple times when he strikes, but he's only attacking once. And he gets a 17 to hit.
And that beats my armor class of 16.
Okay. He hits like a truck. He's pretty strong. 13 non-lethal damage.
Jeez. Okay. 13. And that definitely, I mean, it's non-lethal, but I get a bloody nose.
Okay. He says, "Oh, sorry. I'll pull the next punch. Why don't you have a go?"
Oh, don't pull the next punch. Here I go. And I'm going to swing again at him.
Okay.
Be good. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 3 for an 8. I am sucking. Like it honestly, it's intimidating fighting your boss. It's, I mean,
He's being jovial about it. He's not trying to be mean to you. He says, "All right, have another swing. Let's see what you got."
my goodness, come on. Are you kidding me? I can't roll over a 7. That's a 5. I rolled a 10.
No.
He's so nervous.
He says, "Well, at least you can take a hit." And he strikes again.
Jeez.
He swings with a 14 to hit at you.
That misses.
Oh.
Thank goodness. This time I got him. A 16, does a 16 hit him?
That hits, yeah.
Okay, whew. Okay. So the damage will be 8 bludgeoning damage, and he needs to make, let's see,
Oh, man.
he needs to make a strength saving throw, or he is going to be knocked to the ground.
Okay.
Difficulty 13.
Okay. He rolled a 17 strength save.
Okay.
He stumbles back. He takes a step backwards, and he says, "All right, Dirk, you've got some strength behind that."
You signed my paychecks. I'm not going to lie, this is really intimidating, but it did feel pretty good to kind of, let loose there.
Look, I'd hate for for an ambush or something horrible to happen while we're winded and bleeding. So I think we'll call it a draw. How does that sound?
I think that's very generous of you. But I feel, for some reason, I'm feeling really honest today. I don't have a lot of practical experience. I've sparred a lot. I've practiced a lot. I learned a lot of skills. I'm actually pretty good with these weapons. But when it comes to actual, experience fighting new people or in the heat of the moment, it's kind of still new to me. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you.
That's all right. We've all been rookies at some point, and you either die or you learn some lessons and you get better. I'll make sure you don't die. Stay close.
Okay, thanks, Kirkwood.
Look, I've seen many soldiers perish. You have something that many of them didn't. There's a strength behind your blows. There's a tenacity I see in your eyes, and an honesty too. I think you'll go far, and I need a man just like you to protect the Duke.
I am the Duke's man, so I'll do what I can. And if the hammer's not right for the situation, I have an axe and a sword too, so.
It's good to be versed in many different weapons. You never know what's going to happen and what you might need. In the coming days, I'm sure we will be in grave danger. My life and your life is less important than the Duke's. Not that we're not valuable or that our lives don't have meaning, but our job is to keep him alive.
Understood.
I will do everything I can to keep you alive. That is my job.
Okay. Can I roll an insight check on this guy?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 19. I feel like, so this is what Matt is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there is a familiarity here that is uncommon for the relationship we've had so far.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to feel out, is it because he's nervous because we are so few, or is there something else about his view of me?
Yeah, he is nervous, and the way he's talking about, putting his life on the line, your life on the line to protect the Duke, he's worried about the coming days. He doesn't, civil war is in the air. Something is going to happen. He just doesn't know when, and he needs people he can trust to be around the Duke so that you can together keep him alive.
Okay. All right. Because the other thing I was thinking is like a whole Gorgug from Fantasy High thing. Like, are you my dad?
Oh, no, but you're the two dwarves in the group, and so there's
exactly.
There's
And
some
Dirk
camaraderie.
doesn't know his dad, so
It's true.
and our
That's
names
true.
kind of rhyme. So
Yes. Yep.
are you my dad? I don't
No,
I don't say that.
I don't think so.
Oh man.
I
Okay.
can do a 23andMe if you'd like, but
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
all right. And you guys all settle down. You do a couple of different watches, and you spend that first night pretty uneventful. Back in Tharndell, in the hen's nest, a dwarf and a human quietly walk up to the tavern. The human, named Doriad, he is talking to his friend, Nandrulin, who they're in a bit of an argument. Nandrulin says, "I can't believe you forgot another candle. We were barely in the tavern. We didn't even sleep there." Doriad says, "Look, I know I've forgotten at least 4 of them in our travels, but this was my last one, and we just need to find it." Nandrulin says, "Well, I'm not going to be the one that explains what happened to it when we get to Rosvane, so you had better pray that it's there." Doriad says, "Oh, I'm sure that it's there. The whole town was reaped. Who would have taken it?" Nandrulin says, "I'll be out here." She sits on the steps outside the inn, and she pulls out a small pipe, and she fills it with something, and she starts smoking. Doriad walks through the inn, quietly creeps up the stairs, and he finds the room that he'd checked into. And Nandrulin hears from upstairs, "Damn it! It's not here!" And that's
Get
where we're going to stop for tonight.
Awesome.
Also, I think I decoded what the little knots thing says.
Oh
and
my
it's
goodness.
real spooky.
Oh my gosh. What is
I
it?
can wait till next time. I can wait till next time.
Ooh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
If you figured it out, then I think that's amazing.
I think that's incredible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So listeners, if you're on the wiki and you've got access to that, go find the handout, see if you can decode it first. You got 2 weeks to figure it out. Because in 2 weeks, the next
Tana's
episode,
going to let us know what's up.
Tana is going to let us know what that rope or what that chord says.
Maybe. We'll see. It's something about tacos. Is that?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Trump always chickens out. Isn't that what that means?
Jeez. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember, we have a Discord. Come talk to us about the episode. See all the gifts we've been posting throughout the episode. Join the Patreon. Get some bonus content. Get some of the handouts and maps and things. And until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.